Hi, hello everybody. My name is Bram Desmet. I'm the CEO of Solventure, and today I want to talk about what about weather or weather information when we do a forecast or a leading indicator forecast. First finding, the effect of weather is omnipresent. If I talk to companies, I'm amazed by how many companies have influence of weather. And on the one hand, you find the obvious examples in retail where if you are selling ice cream, you know it will be weather dependent. But we also see companies, for instance, linked to agriculture, also companies linked to automotive. If I'm linked to automotive, a different winter pattern might be influencing my sales. So we find that a lot of companies do have weather influence. A second question when tackling weather is, what is weather? Define weather or weather influence. Is it the temperature? Is it like 25 degrees Celsius, or is it the hours of sunshine? Because if I have 25 degrees Celsius and it's cloudy, or it's 25 degrees Celsius and it's clear skies, that might influence my sales in a different way. So certainly it's a complex interaction between different types of weather variables. Third challenge when modeling weather information is weather effects are typically non-linear. So if I go from 15 degrees Celsius to 20 degrees Celsius, or from 20 degrees Celsius to 25 degrees Celsius, that will have a different impact on my sales. It's typically a non-linear behavior, which is a bit more complex to model. Fourth challenge when working with weather is the interaction with time. If I have 25 degrees Celsius in June, or I have 25 degrees Celsius in August, again that will have a different effect on my sales. It can, an early summer peak versus a late summer peak typically will have a different impact on my sales. So it's again something specific we need to model. And then last but not least, when we talk about weather, the question is also, what will be the weather forecast? I cannot predict, if today we are March, I cannot predict what the weather is going to be in July or August. I only maybe have a forecast of 5 to 10 days out. So how do we treat it? Well, I cannot predict what the weather is going to be 3 or 6 months from here, but we have a lot of historical weather information. So I can quite easily define how a typical warm and a dry summer looks like, or how a cold and wet summer looks like. I have historical data which allows me to define those extremes. And once I have defined the historical weather dependency of a certain product group, I will also be able to use those historical extremes, the hot and dry summer and the cold and wet summer, to run scenarios on what could be the impact on my sales depending on one of these two scenarios. So these are a couple of specific challenges when you want to model weather in your forecast, and this is all the things that we have investigated and which we have included in our leading indicator forecasting software. So this is what we can also do to analyze your data, define the weather influence, and then run scenarios towards the future for different types of weather scenarios. So that was it. What's the impact of weather? Hope you enjoyed, and we will be back for more.